Unfortunately, you'll all be pleased to know I've got a presentation that is 30 minutes. Are you ready for it, right? Have you had a good day? Right, good. That's a good starting point. Now remember, it's John Jackson 1066. Now during the course of the day, I've added 2 Twitter followers. So please help me out at this point. I thought I was going to get more than that, but I got 2 today, so clearly not good. Obviously the dance routine at the start did not work, right? How many of you were expecting to do a tansy at the start of the conference? Put your hand up. I'll be very quick. Couple of things. LGfL is a charity. It doesn't profit from schools, it reinvests in education. That's our passion. And today, we got the mission that we're national now, not just London. It's an absolute pleasure for me personally, as a guy from a place called Carlisle. Does anyone who actually know where Carlisle is? Well, good. There's some geography teachers in the room. Yeah, it's that place in the north that was occasionally part of Scotland. But the great news is today we had Blackpool here with Dave. We've had the Co-op here from Manchester. It's my pleasure that we can bring the north and the south together in a national grid for learning. And I think that's a tremendous step forward for us and bodes well for the future. I can't wait to do a northern conference. Yes. And where's it going to be? Jim? At the Co-op. At the Co-op. There you go. Now, there's a couple of things I wanted to say today. One of the things I wanted to celebrate, but I'll have to keep it very brief. This is the importance of our community that works together. 200,000 devices. That's how many devices we got into schools in COVID. The only person who got more devices into school was Boris and the Chancellor of the Exchequer. And the only way we were able to achieve that was because schools trusted us to get the job done. And did we get the job done? Yes, we did. And guess what we also did? The price of a Chromebook in the market was about 170 quid at that point, and up to 240 quid. When we launched devices to schools, we sold them at what price? I wish it was $99.99, but it was $126.99, and it went to $99.99 at the end. And during COVID, you know, this is the other sad thing, but it's an important statistic. At one point in 1 year, the number of pupil premium claims that we processed was over 40 million. 40 million we processed. I love this bit now. I have to say, I've got to, sorry, Ty, I'm not in a onesie. But I didn't go there, actually. But 100,000 teachers were supported in that EdTech program. And I'm a corporate guy sometimes. I have to do things like risk assessments. And as Ty knows, I did a risk assessment of the DFE's request for us to run the national program. If I'd have been chair or running a PLC, I'd have been told to get lost, because that risk register was so red. But thanks to that man down there, and I mean this, thanks to this man down here, we got a team up and running within a couple of weeks that was running a national program that ended up supporting over 100,000 teachers. I think we should give Ty a round of applause for that, because I think, you know, a fantastic thing to do. And I know there was some senior people from Virgin Media here today, and there was also some senior people from Adept. You know, during the middle of COVID, they went round, Virgin Media, and upgraded 2,500 schools with equipment that was fit for cloud, that has supported remote learning, that has enabled the transformation of education. So I want to say a big thank you to Virgin Media for putting their engineers on the line to go into schools in the middle of COVID and to do those upgrades. So big shout out for Virgin Media today. I think we should say thank you very much. And you know, we do also double the internet, free for all schools. Now, I always do this. Remember, if you're in LGfL school, savings.lgfl.net, save more than you spend, okay? Bridge the Divide 2 is coming. Yes, yes. The tenders are going out. 3-year program. We're going to smash it, aren't we, Terry? Shout at Terry. That's exactly that. Said like a true procurement officer. 3 years, high specification machines, they're coming. The other thing that I'm very proud to say today, and I want to say a big shout out to Mark Bentley, you know, we're going to build a national cybersecurity centre and a safeguarding centre of excellence. That is fit for the education sector. We want to lead this work. We think it's so important. Now, there's a little known fact. When WannaCry broke, okay, how many LGfL schools were affected by WannaCry? I can tell you now, thanks to Adept and Atomwide at the time, we identified across nearly 3,000 schools 28 firewalls that are at risk, and we fixed those with Cisco's help within 20 minutes. That's the power of the network we run. We identified within 20 minutes the 28 schools that were vulnerable. As a result, not a single LGfL school, as far as I'm aware, received an attack. Wow. Isn't that incredible? We're not as well funded as the NHS, but we delivered a fantastic result. Now, I tell you what, I'm just conscious of time. There's a couple of things I want to mention. LGfL is changing. You're going to see more of us directly supporting you, doing things differently. We're going to form a cloud squad. We're going to get into cloud. We're going to help schools transition from the old and bring in the new. More will follow. We now need to think about what's happening with technology and how much it's getting used. Everyone's moving to cloud, and guess what? The bandwidth's going up. We've got everybody streaming Netflix 4K, right, into the head teacher's office. Is that correct? I was going to mention another maybe I hadn't do that today, another source of income and traffic. But at the end of the day, we know the only way it's going is that way. We have to now plan, particularly in secondaries and larger primaries, for multi-gig services. So multi-gig capability is the future, and we're planning for it now. And for LGfL schools, I will make it happen. The second thing I'm going to make happen, it'll take time, and I can't promise it today, but the only way forward for me with schools is fibre resilience. Forget copper, forget 4G, forget the cheap stuff. It's fibre all the way in both directions. So I am planning fibre all the way, diverse into your schools. Now, gosh, the legends of learning, weren't they brilliant today? Wasn't every keynote fantastic? It was, wasn't it? I haven't had time, I'll tell you what, I'll be honest with you. When I did my slides, does anybody know? I did them at 1:30 today. I did, honestly. But the words were there, the empathy, the well-being, the collaboration, the look backwards to go forwards, the dare to dream, and the cyber threats, some fantastic and important messages. But I want to say thanks, because I've got to get it to an end, and I want to say thanks to a few people. So first of all, now you're going to help me here, right? I'm going to keep you clapping for a bit. So the first people I think we've got to thank is the speakers. Whoa! You're going to get bored, but bear with me. You get the drift. The second people I thank is the tech village. The supply. I'm a big fan of UK tech, and I feel one of the missed opportunities in the pandemic was to properly fund UK technology innovation. We should have done more, and it was just something I wanted to do today, was to bring the smaller guys in, give them a free space, give them some exposure and an opportunity to talk to schools. So I want to say a big thank you for the Tech Village. The selfie king himself, Mr. Abid Patel. I don't know where he is, but I hope you all got a photograph with Abid. Thank you, Abid. I'll speed up now a little bit. The roving reporters, the LGfL team, I want to say a big thank you to. Incredible. I mean, I have to say, there is something about, leadership and making things happen, but don't you need a team behind you? You need a team. You can't do it yourself. No matter who you are, what you do, you've got to take the team with you. And the thing that I've always found in my career in LGfL is I've got a wonderful team, who get behind things, they make things happen, they put the hours in. I mean, I can ring poor old Paul Smith over there at midnight, and say we've got a school that's got a problem, and he'll answer the phone. Because that's how much the people in our organisation, that's the passion we have for you, the schools, and what we do. And people know, if you do actually sign up for Twitter and make me a friend or follow me, if you DM me, you are likely to get a response, and more likely get a response on Twitter than you are on an email. So if you get a problem, a hint, follow me on Twitter and then try and DM me. But finally, I'll finish off with 3 of them in a row: schools, teachers, and children. Come on, through this crisis, tremendous. Come on, louder. And last but not least, I mean, poor old Dave. None of us run to time. None of us run to the schedule. But Dave, calm. I'll get it all back on track. John, keep it all running. And I do want to say a big thank you for Dave, because holding something like this together is a tough ask, and difficult. I think he's done a fantastic job. So Dave Smith, thank you so much for today. And this is my last line. Thank you all for supporting us and collaborating with us, because LGfL, ultimately, it is a community. We're not a tech company. We are a tech company, but we're all about community, and we care passionately about education. Our mission, of course, is the advancement of education. And I believe, I do believe this. Together we are building a bright future, and we're doing it together. So thank you very much. Enjoy the drinks.